Hi fairies! Welcome back to my channel. I am eca.fairy and in this video we are looking at fashion pieces that I would love to see styled more, especially this winter. The point of my search and of my curation process was not to find trendy pieces, but to find some that I would feel like are towards more timeless looks, but not necessarily in the basic way, but in a more elegant way, in wearing a signature look, in building your signature style. So let's go. First of all, we're looking at this Loewe coat. I think this is simply stunning. The color, the tailoring is everything. I love how Loewe in general plays with the shape of the clothing. It's always done in a fun but really elegant way. Like for example, you see here the length of the coat is balanced by the waistline. The collar is just big enough for it not to look too basic. You know, you're making a bit of a statement with this kind of coat, but at the same time you're still elegant. You could still wear this like in 10 years, so I would love to see this coat styled. Next up we have a Loewe shirt. Loewe is going to reoccur throughout this video because I am so loving their latest collection. The fall winter 24 is immaculate. And for example, this is a belted shirt in cotton. The color, like, of course, pink. I love pink. With the belt, it just adds a really nice touch of like, not necessarily edginess, but you know, the belt, its thickness is a bit on the rougher side, really balancing out how elegant and how feminine the pink shirt is. So again, this is like a bit about contrasts, but in such a fun way. I am going to include a few bags, however my focus is not going to be entirely on them. I just sprinkled some around because I feel like, especially with social media making some bags really trendy at times, we kind of forget about other designs. Like everybody's just buying some designs and then the rest of them just kind of get overlooked, unfortunately. Like for example, this YSL pouch. This is the Cassandra small leather pouch, and I feel like this, again, not necessarily too mainstream, not necessarily everybody has it, but if you have it in your collection, if you style it correctly, I feel like this is such a good addition to a purse collection because it's really versatile, and with the black leather it's not going to go out of style. However, it does have a bit of a signature, bit of a like more unique element that I love, and obviously the YSL quality is top notch, especially with these bags. I feel like this one can range from like really classy occasion to a more like a night out with friends. Moving on to another bag, I love this in both of the colors. This is the Jacquemus Le Petit Calino. Such an amazing bag. I haven't seen like a bag in a while that actually made me feel so excited about, because the handle and the way it's incorporated in the bag feels so organic. This reminds me of like organic jewelry that we're starting to see more often now. You're carrying this bag and I know you have taste. Honestly, I think the light version, this cream like white version, I think I like this one better. I don't know, but it just looks more put together. But of course the black one is still a classic. This small gemelli leather shoulder bag, this is so cute. The shape really flows in together really nicely. This is more of a casual bag, let's say. Like you wouldn't style this at a really fancy event like with the YSL pouch from earlier, which is like really great because we do need casual bags in our collection, and I feel like this one is just sending all the right messages. You know what you're on about, you know your fashion with this bag. I feel like it's really stunning. Now, as you probably noticed, this tendency, these are all new designs that these brands are putting out, or designs that you can still purchase new, because my love for vintage fashion is a complete other field, and I would love to just do a separate video on vintage pieces if you guys would like that as well. Organizing them this way, in this video we only have pieces that you can still purchase, that are available to everybody like on websites, is much more helpful, especially if you want to add some spice to your wardrobe, especially if you want to curate your style better. Moving on, another Bottega bag. I feel like I've seen this styled, though I don't remember where or how, but I feel like the shape of this bag, this is the large hop leather shoulder bag, because we're embracing really big bags again, and I'm all here for that. Even though I'm a mini bag lover, this looks really cool. I feel like the way it just falls, like a bit slumpy, a bit slouchy. Even in the picture, so pretty, an organic way, and I'm here for it. If you've styled this bag, please tag me. And I also feel like this ticks the box of practicality, because you can literally pack so much in this kind of bag, and it still retains shape because it is in fact supposed to be a bit slouchy, a bit messy, you know, on like the careless side. Like, I don't care, I'm just wearing this bag. Stunning. My obsession with Bottega pieces is probably obvious by now. My obsession with Bottega designs is probably obvious by now, because we now have this Bottega wool cardigan. And at first sight, I know this probably looks really basic, like you can get this sort of, or this kind of design of a cardigan pretty much anywhere, like you probably own something similar to this. But this piece on its own, the color, the shape, the neck, like the collar, just it's so elevated in a very classic, quiet, subtle way. As I was saying, because my list is more winter oriented, this is so stunning, and I feel like you can style this with so many outfit options, in so many outfit combinations, and with so many bags, by the way. And probably what I love the most about it is the color, because even though it's a very neutral, muted brown, maybe even with some grayish tints, it has this like quiet luxury thing about it, and I'm all here for that. One last bag from Bottega and then I'll stop, I promise, I think, for now. But guys, the Andiamo clutch, like, are we looking at the same thing? Because this is basically like one of the sexiest, most chic bags that I've seen in such a long time. It comes in more colors, but I specifically chose this burgundy one, not because burgundy is so trendy and everybody's about burgundy in fall and then we just forget about it. Even though, like, fair point, I wouldn't wear burgundy in summer either. I can see myself going to like the opera or like to see a ballet performance carrying this bag, okay? Like, this is such a chic bag, and the color, I chose this one again because I feel like it's more extravagant than the black one, and I really love the burgundy gold pairing here. Everything is so put together about this bag while also being not boring, which I love. Like, this is very quiet. Next up, as I was saying, not so well known or mainstream brands, but still really high quality brands that I love. We have Kat McConney with shoes. The shoes that Kat McConney does, I own a few pairs and they are so great. They are really comfortable. First of all, like, I have both heels and sneakers from Kat McConney and I swear by them. I go clubbing even in the heels because I've never had any kind of issue with them. They don't hurt your feet at all, and I feel like the style is a bit more on the louder side, so it's not as quiet as, for example, the Bottega bag was, but I'm here for it because, as I was saying, I'm trying to implement more signature pieces in my style. So these shoes, these are the Henny pumps. The minute that I saw them, I thought of like New Year's party, okay? I would slay in these for the New Year's. You can do so many looks with them, okay? They are doing so much for your look already. Just a simple black dress, you put this on, you're good to go. You're so put together, so fun. You can even dance all night because they are so comfortable. You want a more colorful outfit? There you go. The flower on the shoe has these color-like tones, and I feel like these are the winter version of the orchid heel that we've been seeing all summer long. If you're looking for a more full of personality shoe, this is it. Or if you like Kat McConney designs but you're not necessarily a heel person, I have the solution for you. These Kelly ballerinas, because are you kidding me? No, I am not ever over the black core phase. I will never be over the pink princess phase. These shoes are everything. They remind me of a Miu Miu shoe that we've been seeing a lot lately, but obviously not as expensive. However, I feel like these have, again, so much personality, and even if you aren't into the ballerina core aesthetic, I feel like you can do so many looks with these shoes, because I can imagine like an all black outfit and then these on, or just a few sprinkles of color here and there throughout your outfit. Prepare yourselves for this one, because yeah, this is going to be an event outfit, an event dress. You're not going to be wearing this every single day like you could do with the pumps or the bags or the Bottega sweater, but I do not care. This is the winter fashion curation that we all collectively needed. It's Carolina Herrera gown. The way my jaw dropped to the floor, like, I was my whole body on the floor. This is a silk midi dress. It's in this really rich dark emerald green. From the tailoring, like the cuts, the way this flatters the waist and then elongates your form, this is everything I need. Like, if I owned this dress right now, I feel like all of my issues would be solved. And I know I'm saying that with most of the fashion pieces that I'm showing, but like, seriously, like, imagine just going to an event with this, a ball, like the opera. You will notice how much I love Carolina Herrera designs in general, because I'm going to be showing you a few more. And this is just out of the frustration that nobody is really wearing Carolina Herrera, like, at least from what I'm seeing. So few people, are styling Carolina Herrera pieces, and I just don't get why, because they are absolutely stunning. They have so much class. I want us to look at this high-rise wide leg band. The waist of these bands is really flattering. The shape and the way they are like widening towards your ankle, I feel like this is really flattering for a lot of outfits. And you cannot really go wrong with this kind of classy pants. Are not necessarily the straight cut that we see most of the time, and you can really dress them up with a really fancy top, or you can wear them to not so fancy event. This would look really cute even with a Bottega sweater from earlier. Or maybe, hear me out, you could pair them with this broad shoulder jacket. I wear a lot of suit jackets, right? And every time I look at this, because I've had this screenshot in my phone for a few months now, perfect suit jacket, because the tailoring, especially on the waist and the way it then opens up for the hips, is so flattering. You can wear this both day and night, or if you're looking for a more trendy silhouette, this colorless cropped jacket is really pretty as well. Maybe if this was white or black, I wouldn't have liked it this much, but I actually chose to include because of the gray, because it's so stunning. I was telling you about my love for jacket, but this jacket is something else entirely. This is the Peak Lapel jacket with sash, and do I even need to describe why I love this? Because, are you kidding me? The jacket in itself, so classic, right? You would almost say it's bland, but then you have the bright pink bow on it that takes it out of any sort of blandness, any sort of boring area, from any sort of anonymous area. And you could pair this with, for example, any sort of pink shoe, any sort of glittery shoe. It would look amazing. And for the bottoms, you could, for example, go with the Carolina Herrera pants that I showed you earlier. The options are limitless with this, and it's so pretty. I know this is a floral purse, and we're probably not in that area anymore, and we're probably going to return to it in spring or summer, but I honestly don't really care so much, because, hear me out, I would love to see this styled in winter as well. I feel like this is not necessarily the really estival bag that only goes in summer, because this is just fun and chic enough to also wear at an evening event in winter, for example. I would love to see this for Christmas parties, for New Year's parties. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if this is like sold out or if it's available anymore, but really pretty either way. I didn't include jewelry in this list because I feel like jewelry deserves a complete separate video on, because especially now I'm really selective with the pieces that I own, with the pieces that I'm purchasing. I'm trying to mostly buy vintage, but I made one exception. These Carolina Herrera earrings are the metal flower stud earrings, and the shape, the work on them, they look so dainty. It's like a fairy created them, and I absolutely love that. I would also see these styled for winter parties, because gold jewelry looks so good in winter especially. It gives off this cozy and really elegant vibe, and especially if you have your hair up with these, they are the moment. I'm not including the most popular shoes from YSL, even though I would recommend them to be on this list. Like, obviously we all need the classic YSL shoes, so I steered clear of those and tried to find other designs that unfortunately I'm not really seeing. And I found these Orsay pumps in smooth leather, and I wanna also show you like the front, because I feel like these shoes are the definition of elegance while also having, you know, a lot of style. style. The heel is really tall. You have everything with this shoe. The elongated toe that is quite pointy. But if you're worried about being cold, which I totally understandable, we could look at these Lauren boots in patent leather, again from YSL. I love a knee-high boot moment in autumn, in winter, early spring. However, the patent leather just adds something to them, and the way the heel looks, you know, a bit more boxy, just perfect. There aren't many coats in this list that I'm presenting to you guys, but this Max Mara coat, actually I found it accidentally as I was just scrolling, like window shopping online. This is an alpaca and wool teddy cape, and I chose to add it because it is so cute. And I've been seeing white coats more rarely lately. I don't know why, but we really need to bring this kind of style back, especially with this silhouette, really straight lines. Moving on to something else to keep us warm, I fell in love with this Acne Studios Funky Alpaca Blend scarf. I know that the Acne Studios scarf is literally everywhere and has been so for like a few winters now. However, I chose to not care about that fact because I feel like this scarf, like, we all need something really similar to this in our closet, and I chose to include it because it's a really needed pop of color that we haven't seen before. But if you prefer a more neutral option even for scarves, this is the Amy Paris one, and again I feel like this has a pretty similar silhouette to the Acne Studios one, and I really love the shade of grey. I feel like this could complement a lot of outfits. Now this will not keep you warm, I have to admit it. This Zimmermann printed silk scarf is however extremely gorgeous. Now this is not necessarily a winter clothing item, however obviously we are all free to wear stuff like this even in winter. Like for example, I still wear really small silk scarves even though it's winter. I like to tie them kind of like over turtlenecks, you know, the type that is really slim on your neck. Another Max Mara coat, this one is the Holy Camel Wrap jacket, and you've probably already guessed that what I love the most about the jacket is the color and also the way it ties at the waist. I feel like you could still wear a really simple outfit and this makes it a bit more elevated and also really flattering. And this could also go for over a dress, for example, if you're going to an evening event. Like imagine this and the YSL knee-high boots. We are back to my small Bottega obsession, not necessarily small, but my Bottega obsession. This dress is a knit dress actually, which is why I chose to include it, and it has that little golden chain. It really caught my eye. It looks like such an elegant and effortless piece. You could wear this to a New Year party and already look really put together. You don't really need any more jewelry in the neck area at least. I can really see this with some black gloves, hear me out, and the Versace pumps from YSL that I showed you earlier, the heels. An even more timeless dress would be this textured cotton midi dress. The silhouette of this dress, the pocket applications are everything. Sleeveless but really covers the cleavage area. This is everything to me. Especially recently, I've been really into this sort of tailoring because it's so fine. This is how it looks on, and it just screams like rich aunt to me. It just screams something that Emily Gilmore would wear. Maybe not now that she's a grandmother, but maybe in her 30s or 40s. Again, a coat. This one is from Dries Van Noten, and the color is everything to me. This is a wool blend, and the silhouette in itself is pretty classic compared to most trench-like coats. I feel like this doesn't have the detective vibe about it, put together, but also a bit fun because it's not like black, white, or any sort of really muted color. I obviously had a hard time not including every single item from Ralph Lauren, but I did include this sweater, embroidered bear sweater with shearling, and there's just something about this shade of brown. Like, we've seen this before in a few items and I cannot get over it. There's just something about the Lauren Bear that looks really cozy to me. I've seen a few people predicting that black lace or lace in general is going to have its moment in 2025, and for that purpose especially I tried to find some pieces that incorporate it while also could be styled if this prediction will not come true and we aren't obsessed with black lace, like people were obsessed with the animal print this year, a trend that I obviously didn't jump on. First of all, I fell in love with this Hermano Cervino. This is a short sleeve embroidered t-neck sweater, and the floral detailing to it just caught my eye instantly because this is really classy but also really full of personality. Another lacy item that had me on the floor besides that blouse is this Rabanne midi dress. I keep falling in love with midi dresses lately, but this one is everything. You could wear this at a Christmas party, at a New Year's Eve party, at the opera, I don't know, any kind of winter event, this dress is probably fit for it. I really love the high neckline and the bell sleeves as well. This Zimmermann blouse reminded me of that Stockholm or Copenhagen girl aesthetic. I'm never sure which is which, unfortunately, but it just gave me that really put together vibe, and I love the floral work that basically goes on top of it, and the way it ties at the neck just added a really nice note for me. You're probably going to be like, why in the world would you include the most basic black turtleneck ever? Like, this is not what the list was about, and I know. However, I did want to mention this YSL turtleneck because I had a hard time finding a turtleneck that I actually liked. Like, when I was browsing and looking for all the pieces that I would include in this, I'm including this one, especially because it's velvet, so it's not your average elastic turtleneck, like whatever. This is velvet, and if you want to be really classy but still like wear like all black or keep a very quiet look, this is the turtleneck that you want because the velvet texture adds so much richness to the outfit. On the polar opposite, I also wanted something really colorful, and again I had a really hard time finding colors that I actually liked, and I've been into yellow all summer long, and my brain is just absolutely not ready to forget about yellow and just move to the darker colors. So this is a Belmorant yellow turtleneck. This oversized fit is also complemented by the wool and cashmere mix in it. This is going to keep you so warm and you will look really fun and colorful. In the light of having a really hard time finding colorful pieces that I would actually wear, I chose to include this scarf by Vivienne Westwood. This feels pretty basic, I know. This shade of blue can complement so many outfits. Moving on to some more bags. I have never seen this bag in my life. Like, shame on me, I had no idea that it existed. This is the Diamond Shoulder East West by Jimmy Choo. The burgundy tone fits in so well with the silver add-ons on the bag, and I also really love the very classic shape of the bag that is contrasted by the geometric accessories. When I first saw this bag, I absolutely fell in love with it. Looking at it now again, I feel like this would really fit into a bridal collection. I'm not sure if that was the purpose it was intended for, but please don't come for me because I would still rock, I mean absolutely rock this bag for a Christmas party, for example. I really loved the crystal bangle on it, but I just love it a lot and I would love to see some stylings with this bag. I remember seeing a similar Gucci skirt on the runway. I think it was last year or something. This is the mini skirt. However, the print, the color, I absolutely love this. With some knee-high boots, this would be the moment. Or for example, this Gucci coat. This is a reversible coat apparently, and the inside is gray and has the Gucci monogram on it. However, I think I would prefer it in this simple version, and for example the miniskirt with the monogram on it, like the two would go really well together. And again, I'm noticing myself gravitating towards this really chunky, like bigger coats, really straight lines. For a slouchy but colorful bag this time, we have this Gucci B medium shoulder bag. I have never seen this bag in my life worn by somebody, only online, like in pictures, but never actually styled by a person, which is such a shame because this bag is stunning. But maybe with the revival of big bags we're going to be seeing this, and I chose it specifically for this green color, or because we were talking about knee-high boots, this slim horsebit boot by Gucci, but specifically in this Bordeaux shiny leather. I love how it doesn't have a heel. Like, don't get me wrong, I am the most obsessed heel person that I know, but sometimes just a flat boot really does it for me. I love how we're shifting towards more colorful pieces, and we're still remaining here with this the Dig and Voltaire Alma jeweled jumper. This is 100% cashmere, which obviously caught my eye because apparently I am also living this collective obsession with cashmere that we're suddenly developing. However, I do think that I've had this for quite a long time because both in my family and in my local culture there's this really huge propaganda for really high quality materials, even though they are on the more expensive side. I remember being like always advised to just get the higher quality, the warmer materials. And this shade of pink, so pretty. Vegan Voltaire is really having a revival in my opinion, and not necessarily because we're seeing the viral bags on TikTok, but because of these really colorful pieces. For example, this velvet blazer, like this velvet suit, is so pretty because it could have been only red or it could have been only made out of velvet, but they combined these two together and I feel like this is a more unique piece that you can have. Unfortunately, we're leaving colorful territory for now, but this is for a good cause because I want to show you the work in progress skirt. The shape and the tailoring of this skirt make it so unique, even though yeah, it's not like a vintage limited edition piece. This adds a lot of shape and a lot of texture, like visual texture to an outfit. And speaking of like visual texture, visual stimuli in an outfit, this Louis Vuitton flared wool skirt really caught my eye, even though at first glance I know it's a really basic piece. This skirt, I have been searching to include in this list a really thick warm skirt, and this is the one that I chose. To return a little to the suit jacket area, I instantly fell in love with this Dolce & Gabbana tuxedo jacket. This is a double-breasted jacket in double stretch wool, and its shape is pretty similar to the Carolina Herrera one that I showed you like really early in the beginning of this video. It really cinches in the waist, it's so flattering. Still from Dolce, this is not necessarily a really conventional choice, but as I was saying, I wanted to show like not so mainstream pieces, and this dress actually has like an open neckline. Like what you see here, the bralette that the model is wearing, that is not part of the dress, okay? The dress is just the wool part. Speaking of which, I also included this because it's wool, is going to keep you warm, but this is like such a dangerous choice because whatever you choose to like cover yourself with in the chest area, it's still going to look amazing. I would go with this black brulette honestly, or it's something colorful, for example something red maybe, or pink. Even something green would look really nice. If I liked all the coats that I showed you before, this one I would do unspeakable things for it because look at the silhouette, look at the waist, and then at the straight lines that complement the body so well. This is also from Dolce & Gabbana, also made out of wool, and the best part about it is that it has padded hips. So no matter what you wear underneath it, it's going to snatch you, it's going to make you look fabulous. I developed an obsession for most of the Dolce & Gabbana pieces that I encountered in my search, and this one is not an exception. This is a satin vest, and you could style this in so many ways while also keeping this very crisp, clean look about it. Or another thing that you shouldn't be overlooking, the runway collection, is this wool waistcoat. It has a round, really low neck. In my head would have a similar snatching effect to a corset. For some unknown reason to me, Mach & Mach had their prime, I think, like their prime trendiness on Instagram and TikTok, if I'm not sure, 2 years ago, and ever since I haven't really been able to see people styling their pieces, even though their collections after the most viral shoes that they have are absolutely unique, absolutely stunning, literally flawless. And I had a hard time picking out what to include in the list because I honestly wanted to include everything they released in these past 2 years. Not relevant to the subject, but my lips are so dry because I've been talking so much, but I'm way too lazy to get up and apply lip balm, so I'm going to try to push through and show you these suede pumps that are the embodiment of Christmas spirit to me. If you asked me to pick out from all the designs that I've showed you one thing that reminds me of a Christmas party, this would be it. Really elegant, stunning, rhinestone Christmas party. These pumps are it. I am so in love with the double bow moment that Mahi and Mahi is implementing in some of their designs. To me, that is absolutely stunning. And for example, imagine these with one of the dresses that I showed you earlier, the black dresses. The shoes would be the moment. Or if you're in for a pink moment, this mini dress that actually looks like a suit jacket is so pretty and so girly. Again, for a Christmas party, for a New Year's party, or for any kind of like more fun event. But I do feel like you could be also professional with this while still keeping your personality in your outfit. I hope you like the burgundy pumps from earlier because I have something in a similar vibe. These are the Pedicure sandals. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. And although generally I would save sandals only for spring and summer because that's the natural thing to do in my head, these again scream Christmas party to me. Or like these and the green Carolina Herrera gown from earlier, you would be Christmas in an outfit with these. And the really thin straps make the sandals so elegant. A bit earlier when I was telling you that I just obsess over my handmade releases lately, I think this one is not as recent though, but it's been in my head for a really long time. This bow detail slingback pump to me is again something very festive, something, it looks a bit editorial, you know, but perfect for an elegant party in winter. I don't really see this style necessarily for spring or summer because this feels like it's the season for it. Speaking of bows and very like classic silhouettes, this is a really random thing that I found actually, this Miss Roussier dress. This is the Renee crystal bow embellished mini dress, really on the affordable side, but I would love to see this on New Year's because it's such a fun look. It also comes in white, but I don't really like that version. I like this black one because you can see the rhinestones better. Circling back to Loewe with their toy leather knee-high boots. Actually guilty of splurging on these, but I could not contain myself because this is such a unique shoe. The way it has like that pant-like design on top and the slouchiness of the boot in itself was everything to me. And remember how I was telling you that I'm trying to like shift towards a more personalized style and trying to embrace my actual desires instead of just, you know, going for the trendiest thing out there. These boots are so comfortable. They are amazing. They are really flattering. I cannot wait to style them even more. I've styled them a few times and to me they are just such a fun shoe that you can still dress up. I haven't tried it yet, but I have a few outfit ideas, so make sure you check my Instagram and my TikTok so you don't miss my inspo. We are moving back to not so well known, unfortunately, designers, and I want to tell you about Irina Schroter, which is one of my favorite designers. It's actually from my country and that's just amazing. And I want to show you this Chantal jacket. Now this is in fact from the summer collection, although it's a mystery to me why, because this is so warm. Like I can just throw on whatever outfit I want and then put this on and it's going to keep me warm even in the morning when it's so cold outside. Unfortunately, I couldn't include all the pieces that I loved from Irina Schroter collection right now because that would have meant making this video double the time it is, but I do intend to do this in the future if you guys are interested, like a video on my favorite pieces from Irina Schroter, because I fortunately own quite a few of them. I'm really into her aesthetic and I'm slowly building like a collection just from her. Now this video is not sponsored, but I would love and hope and pray to the universe that the next one about her is. However, until then, I just want to tell you that I'm in love with both the quality and the designs of this house. And I also want to show you this jacket. This is the dragon jacket and this is from the fall 24 collection. I have seen this styled in real life and it's so stunning. The thing about it is that it's really huge. Like it looks like you could fit 2 people in there and I'm all here for that because it looks so effortless. It looks like, you know, It looks like you know fashion, but you don't even care about it. You just threw this on, you know you have style, you know your confidence, and you know that people are staring at you because you look really, really good. And just a quick mention, this really comfortable wool sweater that I'm wearing right now is one of my latest obsessions. This is from BSB and I wanted to include it in the list, but I've had it for quite a while and I wasn't able to find it anymore on the website. However, I do love all things BSB and I'm definitely going to include them in future videos, because if you're looking for a good sweater, I mean comfortable, warm, chic, really great looking, really flattering, BSB is definitely the place. Especially if you want a more classic but still fun look. Like for example, if you were to go for an Irina Schroter sweater, you know that has a lot of personality and a lot of edge to it. But if you want something more tamed down, more cooled down, definitely BSB. This is so fun. It has 3 colors and it's literally so warm and so comfortable, and you kind of have to like wrestle me out of it. And now this is unfortunately not a sponsored mention by BSB, even though I would also love that. I really hope the video was helpful to you. I really hope you found at least some pieces that you would incorporate in your wardrobe and in your style. And if you did, let me know which ones down in the comment section, because I really, really am curious about it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new fashion or makeup videos, and I'll see you fairies next time. Bye!